Peace, family, family. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Well, man, you already know me. I'm your brother, King Render, Sir Render. I'm always talking good about your health, your wealth, your spirituality. Today is just another blessed day that we are blessed to be in the land of the living, man. One more time. And just like the title of the video, it's just about never giving up on yourself. And that's really all I wanted to tell everybody out there that's listening, whoever can hear the video, who can have access to the video, whoever can share the video. Man, I know that there's some brothers and some sisters right now that are going through a whole hell of a lot, man. I mean, there's some real trying times with your health and with your finances. And I'm here to tell you that your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. But what I'm also saying is never give up on yourself. Never love anything more than you love yourself. You quite honestly are setting yourself up for disappointment and mistakes. You can't love something more than yourself. I know we try a lot and we attempt to try to do that very thing, but you can't. You will always fall short because there's levels to this thing, man, and you have to figure these things out concerning yourself first before you can figure them out concerning others. All right. And so we want to never give up on ourselves. I'm really trying to say, man, is that a bunch of us are going to these synagogues and mosques and churches, and we're hearing some right stuff, but we're not quite applying it. We're not doing what we're hearing. We're not doing what is being taught. Maybe because it's too confusing to actually know how to apply it. I don't know. But irregardless, we're not applying those righteous principles and precepts that we hear. Just the bottom line. And it doesn't matter where you go and dig them up. If you're not going to apply them, then they're obsolete, right? They're of no use. There's no effectiveness that can come out of them if you don't at least try to do them yourself. And so that's where I'm at. Don't believe anything that I'm telling you. Go research it. You do the work yourself. You find and you figure out and you unearth all of these things yourself so that you could take more of a responsibility and accountability within yourself to continue on delving deeper into knowledge of self. Never give up on yourself. Even when things look bleak, you never give up on yourself. If we never give up on ourselves, and if we continue to keep a high standard of esteem that we look at ourselves from, and we continue to always take that high road of a vantage point to view things from and to bring perspective into a manifestation, then we understand that we're looking at things and we're thinking about things in the right format. Does that mean that they're always going to come out in your favor? No. I mean, the best experience is experimentation, right? So sometimes things are just going to be experimental. You got to find out if it's going to work or not. You don't know. But that breeds the best experience. And so you're able to always use these particular moments as teaching moments, as moments where we can literally learn how to do it better and be better. But you can't continue to keep trying to search for that magic pill that's going to take care of everything. You can't get that one career that's going to take care of everything, and you're trying to find that one church that one man of God that's going to take care of everything. You're trying to find that one spot that'll fulfill every need, and unfortunately, if it was one thing, then we would all have it. But it's a collection of things, and not necessarily a collection of things in the reference that we need to obtain all of these things. It's a collection of things in the realm of understanding. When you're trying to understand what's going on, you need to understand it from a collective point of view. We tend to personalize too much of this suffering, and we tend to personalize too much of our success, when actually it's all in the collective unit. You know what I mean? We're all struggling at some points of our life, and we all have obtained or have been connected with some type of success within our time here. So it's all a collective thing. You're not experiencing anything that somebody else have not experienced. And you may be experiencing that at a time that another person that you know in your circle may not be experiencing it. But it's not rare to humanity. It's not so exclusive to you. So don't take it personal. It's life. It's life. Before the person was rich, they were broke. Before they were healthy, they were unhealthy. You know, before they were a genius, they might have been ignorant to some things, right? So there's always a process. There's always a process, and there's always a mutation. There's always a transformation. There's always an evolution, right? So don't take nothing personal. So what we need to do then now, if I said all of that, then what does that mean? That everything that is an extension of me, or everything that is detached from my body, are things that I really don't need. God blessed you. The universe gave you everything that you literally need is attached to you. It's on you, right? You don't even need clothes, but you can wear them. I mean, they'll help you out in particular climates, but you don't need them. You don't need them. Why? You don't need them because he made it hot enough for you to walk around here naked. And when it's cold, your body will transform to prepare for that, right? If you knew how to eat the right foods, if you understand that he gave you feet. We were nomadic, so we move on over to the area that's gonna be warm in the winter, and we move on over to the area that's gonna be cool during the summer. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have to necessarily be in that same particular place when that next season kick in, right? So he gave you feet to walk away from the season. You didn't have to necessarily have clothes so you could stay in it and complain. So my thing is that we are equipped with every single thing we need on our bodies. That's why I'm promoting health and wellness as the key, but not just health and wellness on a thing of eating right and I need to do some exercising and working out. That ain't what your brother talking about. Even though those things will work, and even though those things are also profitable, and even though I encourage you to eat right and exercise and do all those things, that's not my main focus. My main focus is, when I'm talking about your health, I'm talking about going into your health with more of a commitment on a spiritual basis, getting in tune with yourself, knowing what your body desires, knowing what it needs, what it wants, and knowing what it does not have to have, knowing what it tolerates, and knowing what it does not have to tolerate. I'm talking about getting to know thyself on a spiritual plateau. We're running in and out of relationships with other humans without knowing ourselves. And we're giving up so easily on ourselves. Yes, we can be difficult. Yes, we are complex. Yes, it can get complicated. But it is you at the same time. And if you're not committing and dedicating to yourself anything, then how can I trust that you're going to do that for me, right? People used to say a lot that, I do everything for you more than what I do for myself. But that's asinine, right? Even though you probably do that, that's asinine. Stop doing that. Do more for yourself, and then just treat me like you treat yourself, right? But don't give me more. Give me the same. Give me the same as you give yourself. You don't have to give me more. Give me the same. Because I need to know that you treat yourself with a high degree of quality, with a high degree of care, with a high degree of understanding, with a high degree of fortitude, integrity. I need to know that you treat yourself that way. You know, that's the only way I'm going to believe that I'll get treated any kind of way, is if that's already been implemented within yourself for you. So what I'm saying is that we have to have a high standard of thinking and a high standard of spirituality for ourselves. So when we're in these churches and we're talking about living for God, we got to know that we ain't going to never be light on our feet enough to be floating in the heavens if you're trying to live for God, but you're putting all this crap in your body that's causing you all this bad disease. How can you sit in front of people, or how can you sit in front of something or read something that's trying to make you the better you, and you thinking that it's only about you spiritually, and you can be so damaged physically and it's still going to work? That's crazy. This is a total body thing. I don't care if you go to Christianity, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever. It's a total body. It's total body. You can't ascend up in the heavens when you weigh so much in your spirit. That food that we're eating is only going to our root chakra, which is staying at the bottom feed, at the very base of us. It's feeding our lower energy. That's what the food we're eating does. It is feeding your lower energy. Matter of fact, that is what all of the stuff we're doing, all of our entertainment, all of our news, everything that we're looking at now is feeding our lower energy levels to keep you down at your root chakra. What I'm trying to do is at least get us up to the heart chakra. At least to the heart chakra. Right? What we're really trying to go is we're trying to get up to the third eye. But at least to the heart chakra. But we got to get out of our lower selves. We got to get out of our lower energy. We got to get out of that low esteem. We got to get out of that low thinking. We got to get out of that low living. We got to get out of that low mentality. We got to dream big. If your dream ain't big enough to where God got to help you with it, you may need to reevaluate your dream. We're dreaming about things that we can honestly do for ourselves, by ourselves. Your dream is not big enough that it actually needs a supernatural touch or intercession, because it's something that literally we've done before. Humans have done it before. You don't need no supernatural help with that little dream. You trying to be a doctor? Well, all you got to do is go to school. You could do that. But what about if you're trying to be a doctor with no books? You're gonna need some help with that, son. What about if you're trying to invent some new medical technology, some new foods that we can eat, as far as from our vegetation and for plants and things of that nature? Now you need some intercessory, right? Because man can't help you with something that we have not traveled down that road before, something that has not entered our circumference. We can't fathom it, right? So those creative ideas of invention and creative ideas of evolution, they really come from another source. So what I'm saying is we're falling short. We're on the low level of everything. And we're thinking we're doing so much and we're doing so grand of things. And I'm just encouraging you to continue to push yourself. Never give up on yourself. If you're right now with no job and all you got to do is sell dope today, try to sell a little hope today. Try to do something different in your day today to change your situation. I know that tomorrow was, I know that yesterday, tomorrow is not promised, and I know yesterday wasn't that good for you. I know that you tried, or I know that you probably didn't try because you was tired of trying the day before, and you just tired of going through all of this stuff. But what I'm saying is, never give up on you. And if you know that what you're doing today, it really just ain't enough, it ain't even about the dope you selling, it's about it just ain't enough, right? Then you can't give up. You can't give up. I know that you're sitting there at the unemployment office right now, or you don't have a job and all you're doing is living off of child support checks and WIC and welfare. And I know that you've probably been looking for jobs and You probably giving up because it just looked bleak. Don't give up. Because although you are surviving, and although you are taking care of your responsibilities, you know it's not enough. You know it's not enough. Because you're sitting there in that lodge right now, or in that hotel room with 3 or 4 of your kids. And although all your bills have been taken care of, that space is too small for y'all. You know it's not enough. Or although you're doing all of that and you're having to pack all these kids up on the MARTA bus, and although you're getting to where you need to go, you know you need more. Never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. And brother, man, although you just got out of penitentiary or the prison system or the jail, and you know you still got another opportunity, but you are already starting to realize that it's going to be harder than ever before, I want you to never give up on how you see yourself. Now, if you see yourself as a drug dealer, nothing, nobody, then this ain't for you. This ain't for you. But if you're just living in those terms, but that ain't really how you see yourself, today I want you to change. Today I want you to get the lesson of never giving up on yourself. And I want you to understand something. You're not going through anything by yourself. You're not going through anything that's personal or an exclusive suffering to you. But we all have been pain struck. We've all been disappointed by life. We've all made some mistakes that have got us in some situations that we don't want to be in. But what I'm saying is, don't allow your perspective, your mentality of how you're viewing things from your vantage point. When you're down here and you're always looking up, you can't never see what's around you when your head is up. Right? Because when your head is up, your peripheral is thrown out. You're focused up. You can't see nothing below. So when you're on that low level, you're always looking up to trying to figure out what, trying to climb the ladder. I'm trying to get out of this hole I'm in. But have you ever looked around in that hole to see another way out? Or is it, or is up the only way out? That's because of your vantage point. Your vantage point, you're looking up, which is another word for always wanting more. You never have found any contentment in any of your life situations. And for some of us, good reason. You never really had anything to be content with. You should be content with life first. And once you're able to find some type of joy in being alive, now you'll want the complementary things that come with life. The complementary things that come with being joyful. See, that's what the trick is that we go through these pains and these sufferings and we get so thrown off. And we start expecting pain and suffering as life. Now, who in the hell gonna be happy if you are viewing life as a bunch of series of pains and sufferings? You ain't gonna be happy with life. Ain't nobody gonna be able to convince you to be, right? It's a bunch of pains and sufferings. It's a process of mistakes and disappointment. Who can be happy, Well, but that's not really life. But based on your perspective, which is probably based on your situations and circumstances and experiences, that you view life that way, and that's unfortunate. So what I'm saying is, even if life is actually like that for you, I'm saying step back a little and just say that at least I live another day to go through it again. Right? At least I'm living another day to go through it again. Right back on that horse again, and we're trying it again. And what'll happen is, once you start being able to fight through all of that mess that in your mind that makes you think and feel a certain way about life, and start changing your perspective about life, knowing that you ain't got no reason to be motivated about life, but life itself is starting to make sense, that at least I'm here. And then now things starting to accompany you being here. Things start to adjust in the atmosphere. They start to align in the atmosphere with that outlook, with that perspective, because now you're viewing life not from the bottom looking up, but now you're viewing life from the top looking down, and you're saying that I know now that all these things are just extensions. All these things are just attachments, right? But they're not actually the real deal. The real deal is me just being here in existence. The real deal is me just owning my place here in the land of the living. Me just owning my spot here. That is where we at, right? So what we got to do is starting to take that bite out of life and saying, hey, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. And irregardless if I got something, if I don't, irregardless if I'm on the end of suffering, on the end of success, I'm here. I'm here to fight this thing another day. And now when we do that, all of life begins to align itself up with those who enjoy life, who love life, and then things begin to come in to continue to motivate that particular perspective. Now you start and get things attached to that life that continue to expound on the joy that you're feeling for life, the happiness that you're feeling for life. So this is what I just want to get out there, man. Eat healthy, think healthy, be healthy, all right? Eat healthy, think healthy, be healthy. And when you're able to provide that type of energy level to your particular system, and you're able to self-apply all of the experiences that you've experienced here on earth to yourself, and you're able to, when you're depressed, you're able to meditate to alleviate the depression. When you have a headache, you're able to alleviate that. When you have back pain, you know what to do. When you have knee pain, you know what to do. And you're not self-medicating. You're not taking any pills. You're not eating yourself to sleep. A lot of the times we're eating because we're either bored with life. It's because of our socializing events, or it's just because of our habits, right? So we need to understand that. And we can make being healthy a habit. We can make being healthy fun. And we can make being healthy a social event to combat our unhealthy things. Peace. Love you always. King.